Hello, ladies. I know she asked you to move up, but can you guys come a little closer? I'm going to be right here. I would love to just kind of talk to you all right here, if that would be okay. You just seem so far back. So, I was in a couple of those workshops. Those were really, really awesome. Have you been enjoying your Saturday morning here? Awesome, awesome. Well, I will just tell you, ooh, I am Camila Beltran, and I am from here in Kansas City, and I am the owner of 80O Digital, a digital consulting firm. And ADO stands for Actions Dictate Outcomes. And I named the company that because actions are so, so, so important to me. Um, and if it's okay, I want to start by telling you guys a story about two boys. There are two boys, and at a very young age, their mother dies, and their father ends up having to take care of them. And he took his wife dying really hard that he started to mistreat his sons. He was mean to his sons. He didn't support them. He abused them. And he made their life really, really rough. See, one of the sons, he started to get into a lot of trouble. He started to hang out with the wrong crowd. And by the time he was a young man, he did something and made a mistake where he had to pay for his consequences, and he went to prison. And when they asked him, why are you the way you are? He said, I'm the way I am because of my father. And his brother, he went through the same thing growing up. He was treated the same way, but he went to school, he worked hard, he was dedicated to studying. He graduated from high school, he graduated from college, he went on to law school, and he became a successful attorney. And when they asked him, why are you the way you are? He said, I am the way I am because of my father. See, they both were raised in the same home and they went through the same thing. But the important thing to see here is how we perceive our life, how we perceive our situation and circumstances is so important because it drives all the decisions that we make in our lives. So, if I can tell you all a little bit more about me and my story, so you can get to know me a little better and say, who is this lady up here trying to tell me all about life? Um, I was born and raised here in Kansas City. At the age of 3, my mom decided to go into the Navy. So that resulted in me having to go and live with my grandparents. And rest in peace, God rest their souls. They were amazing grandparents. They took good care of me. But in my grandparents' house, I was secretly being abused by one of my male family members who would come and visit. And the month before my 7th birthday, my father, he was murdered. And it was really hard on me. And my grandmother, she was there for me. She loved me. She supported me. And I still lived in her house, and I was still being abused by the same family member. And my mom, she was a young mom, and she was finding herself, and I would travel back and forth and live with her. I lived between here, sometimes Kansas City. And when I was about 10 or 11 years old, she decides to get out of the Navy. And I'm excited now. I'm like, I'm going to live with my mom. It's going to be me and her. And my mom meets a man. So it's like, well, dang, you messed it all up now. And I thought it was going to be just me and you. So they fall in love, and they get married, and she decides that we are going to go and live with them. Now, we officially now have a step family. And it was a very, very dysfunctional step family. He didn't like me. He made sure that I knew it. And I didn't like him because he didn't like me. And it was really hard. And I started getting in all kinds of trouble. Trouble in school, talking back, skipping school. I was doing it all. And it was a very sad time. And I went into high school, and it was days I would just come home and I would just go to sleep. I was depressed. I hated my life and how it was going. And at 14, I decided that I was going to try to take my life. And I was unsuccessful. And thank God for that, because I'm up in here talking to y'all today. Aren't you happy about that I'm here? So that was a hard time. And my freshman year in high school, I think it was Black History Month, and I had to stand up in front of the audience and give a speech. And another thing I didn't tell you is that I had a bad stuttering problem. I grew up, I could hardly get any words out of my mouth. I went to speech therapy. They would ask, did she get a complete sentence out of her mouth today? And when I stood up in front of the school and I spoke, I started to stutter, and the whole school laughed at me. Wasn't that mean? But at that time, something ignited inside of me. It made me angry that people were laughing at me. So I decided that I was going to work my tail off so I can start to sound intelligent, that I could speak to people and that they could understand me. And I did everything that I could to mask that I had a stuttering problem. And by the age of 15, I decided I don't want to be sad. I don't want to live life like this. I am in control of my life and my destiny. So I lied on my application and said that I was 16, and I went and got a job. I started to work. The one thing that my mom did instill in me is that to never, ever, ever depend on anybody else to ever take care of you. You have to make sure that you get an education so that you can always be able to take care of yourself. So after I graduated high school, I was happy, but I was in a home I wasn't happy in. So I went to the dollar store and I got those huge tubs, and I said, I'm moving out of the house with these people. So the first thing I bought was some 99-cent ice trays, because these were the things that I was going to have for my apartment that I was going to move into. And when I graduated from high school, I didn't quite leave and go off to college, but I went to DeVry here. And that Christmas after I graduated, I told everybody, I was like, I don't want any regular Christmas gifts. I want stuff for my apartment. I don't know where I was living. I'm going to be living. I hadn't applied for any apartments yet, but I was sure that I was about to move out. So that Christmas, people bought me stuff for my first apartment. And the month before I turned 19 years old, I moved into my first apartment. And I started at Sprint, now Sprint Nextel, and I started in the customer service department. And I was answering the phone, and I'm sitting here like, I cannot be taking 100 calls a day, hearing people complain, and the money just ain't that good. So I worked my tail off, and I was promoted to a technical analyst. Then I wasn't hearing about all the problems. I was now testing the equipment that people were calling and having problems with. And that started my IT telecom, that career. And by the age age of 21, I bought my first house. By 25, I had been promoted to a network engineer. And shortly after that, I got my bachelor's degree in information technology with an emphasis in visual communications. And, and shortly after, I got my MBA. So I was working. You would think being a network engineer, I would be happy, like, wow, I got this engineering career. I'm making this good money and everything. I should be happy. But I was still feeling unfulfilled. It just wasn't good enough for me. In my household, they were entrepreneurs. So I don't like people really telling me what to do. So I wanted to be my own boss. And I had this idea that I was going to be this big real estate investor, and I went and bought houses, and I'm like, I'm going to leave my job. And in 2008, I left my job, and I thought I was going to do really well, but I didn't, and I fell flat on my face, and I had to go back to corporate America and get a job. And that was hard because it's kind of embarrassing if you tell people that you're going to do something and then you fail. But I didn't think that I should give up on my dream because I had one problem and I failed. So I ended up meeting my husband. I moved to San Antonio. We had a daughter. She's 2 years old now and got a lot of energy. And in 2013, I met my mentor. See, I'm 35 years old and I'm still trying to find a person who can tell me how to do it right. And a mentor is a person who has been where you want to go, and you want that person to teach you. So in 2013, I knew I wanted to be in business, and I knew that I wanted to be my own boss, but I had to do the right thing. And what she told me is the business that you want to have, it has to be purpose-driven. And I started to reflect, and I realized what I love doing is helping people reach their dreams. And I had been doing the web designing thing for a long time, and I'm like, the thing that I get a kick out of is when I launch a person's website, I'm helping them launch their dreams. So I kicked off that business again in 2013, and after meeting my mentor, I walked away from my job again in exactly 7 months. And here I am, a business owner now. And I want to let you know that whatever your dream is, whatever your background is, the family that you come from, the things that people have done to you, try to do to you, break you, tell you that you're not good enough, that your past does not dictate where you're going in life. And I was asked to speak today about dreams. And I had to think about, what does it really mean to never give up on your dreams? And you hear it all the time. Dream big, have these dreams, have these goals. Never give up on your dreams. And it's like, what the heck does that really mean? And I thought about that, and the first thing that I thought about was, you have to first believe that you deserve to have it all. If you don't believe that you deserve to have it all, then you won't have it all. You have to believe to the core of your being that you deserve to have every good thing this life has to offer you. It doesn't matter your past. If you believe it to the core, then you can have all things in this life. If you think about the president, Barack Obama, he's got a name that's not common. He comes from a single parent home, and he ran for office because he believed that he could be president. See, if you believe in that dream, then you can have anything that you want. And it's not what you look at, it's what you see. Like, I can stand here and I can look out here and I can just see a room of girls. And I look out here, but what I see is amazing, talented, gifted, brilliant women who are going to be adults who are going to graduate from high school, graduate from college, have successful businesses, careers, change the communities, have beautiful families, have amazing husbands. I see that when I see you. But you have to believe that you deserve to have all those things. And I want you to repeat after me. I want you to say, I am amazing. I am gifted. I am talented. I am brilliant. And I deserve to have it all. Let's say that again. I deserve to have it all. And that's not a cocky thing. That's a confidence thing. That's a Godfidence thing. I know whose I belong to, and I'm confident that I can have it all. And the second thing I thought about when you think about never giving up on your dreams is you have to invest in yourself. You are your best investment. So what does that mean? If you have a flower, it can't grow if it doesn't get water and sunlight and it's not in soil. So you have to invest in you. You have to invest your time, your energy, and your money in you. And it doesn't just mean that you go out and get a formal education and a degree. Investing in you is taking care of you. You want to be happy. Your happiness is important to you. You love you, so you do everything possible to make sure that you get all the things that you deserve. And the last thing that I thought about when you think about never giving up on your dreams is you've got to be motivated by the pain. And what that means is that I'm here to tell you that it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. There's going to be hard work. For example, the girl that's sitting next to you, she may be better in math, but it doesn't mean that you don't deserve the same A that she has. You might have to work harder for it, but you deserve everything that she has. And for example, I could have allowed people who thought that I wasn't going to be anything, that I was going to be young with kids, no career. I could have allowed the people that laughed at me when I stuttered to go in a corner and cower. But the pain that I felt is what I use to take me to the next level. For example, with Beyonce, her dad had her singing and running at the same time so that she could dance and sing at the same time. I know that was hard, wasn't it? To run and sing at the same time. But she was motivated by the pain. She said, I'm going to be the best. It wasn't a thing like, oh, Dad, I don't want to do this. It's hard. But it's the hard things that mean the most in life. The strength, it doesn't come from doing the things that you think that you can do. Strength comes from doing the things that you once thought that you couldn't do. That's how you get that strength. And when I think about I'm never giving up on your dreams, I see a room full of young women, and I know there's going to be people who are going to tell you that you're not good enough. There may be guys that try to distract you. There may be friends that want you to do other things. I want to let you know that you are all bosses up in here. Raise your hand if you're a boss. Boss. But I'll let you in on a secret, though. There's good bosses and there's bad bosses. See, the bad bosses, they always bring the wrong people on the team. Somebody who's trying to mess things up. Get you to do things you're not supposed to do. Don't support you. Don't tell you positive things. So when you meet people, you have to give them an application process. What are you doing? What are you about? And if that person, if they don't fit on the team because you are the boss of you, then their application needs to be thrown in the trash. But if you're a good boss, you bring people on the team who are going to help you to get to where you are. So never giving up on your dreams, it means that you believe that you deserve to have it all. And it means that you invest in you. And I want to let you guys know another secret. The more you learn, the more you earn. The more you learn, the more money that you make. And that doesn't mean just going out and getting a degree. I own a business, but I'm constantly putting information in my head to try to make myself better. I have a successful business, but I don't run $1 million business yet. So my mentor runs $1 million business. I'm like, please, please teach me how to do that. So I'm constantly investing in me. And then it also means you are motivated by the pain. Haters, doubters, people that don't believe in you, you have to use those people. Those people are the ones who are going to motivate you, because success is the best revenge. So I'm just thankful that I got a chance to come out and talk to you ladies. And I want to know if you guys will make me one promise. Is that you will always believe that you deserve every good thing that life has to offer you. And if you don't believe that now, and I want you to look in the mirror every day, and I want you to say that I am amazing, I'm gifted, I'm brilliant, I'm talented, and I deserve to have it all. You say it every day until you mean it. So I want to thank you guys for listening to me. I enjoyed my time here, and if you guys have any questions at all, I'll be outside, and we're going to take a 5-minute break, and then I know you guys are waiting on the males panel, so you can ask all the burning and juicy questions. Thank you.